Hello, hello. How are you? My name is Lauren Nash. Nice to meet you. I own a small candle company called We Be Wicked Candle Co., where we make beeswax candles. We also make air fresheners, diffusers, wax melts, potpourri, um, and everything is eco-friendly. It's non-toxic. We also make soap as well. We just launched soap, and so you guys are going to be watching us make soap here in the future. This is our first long form video, and today the topic of the video is going to be a pretty deep one. I wanted to discuss while we put up this Christmas tree why I don't get paid, why I don't pay myself, and you know, I hope that you would stop and take a listen and watch us put up this tree. So right now, we're just putting wax melts into this little container. I had got it from Gabe's a while ago, and while I know my customers don't really like the wax melts being in this little holder, I had no choice because this is the only place that I have to put my Christmas tree that's not going to be fully in the way. I'm sorry, where it's not going to be fully in the way of our customers and of the product. So yeah, that's why I put it into the little bin. I'm gonna move it right over here so that way I have some room to work. And yeah, I'm just seeing if it looks okay, and it looks okay. So I'm gonna start taking these little pegs down. But before I do, I'm gonna mark where it's supposed to go. And I'm gonna go get a Sharpie here in a little bit, and I'm gonna mark it down. So while I do that on screen, I'm going to go on ahead and start getting into this topic. So, why I don't pay myself. There's a couple of reasons why I choose not to pay myself. The first reason is because, I want my business to be successful. I want it to go somewhere. And while I do make profits right now, I don't make enough to where I would be comfortable in taking away from the business. Each dollar that the business earns is a dollar that I choose to reinvest in the company. I could pay myself, but I'd still be only making candles. Me not paying myself is why we're able to do eco-friendly diffusers, wax melts, potpourri. That's why we're able to make the products that we make as simple as possible, so that way it's best for you and your household. I don't think that right now is the best time for me to be taking a check. So I wanted to do one of those little cute TikTok videos where you throw the ball and it, the you throw the Christmas ornament, and when you throw it again, and then you do the little crossover, the little transition, and it looks like you there was nothing there. You threw the ball, and then all of a sudden there was a Christmas tree. But when I threw my ball, it broke. Watch. Can't believe I just broke that doing that. So back to what I was talking about. I'm probably one of the only CEOs that has been in business for a long period of time that does not get paid. And I choose not to take a check because I eventually want to be able to pay my employees a living wage. Here, if you look at right here, You could tell that I'm over it. I'm over life, and I'm contemplating the nonsense that I put myself in. And here I am, I'm just cleaning my glasses, hoping to see the nonsense that I put myself in, and wondering if this weekend was the best weekend to do this. And I'm just looking at everything, and a Red Bull to get me a little closer to the Lord. I'm sorry if you hear my washer in the background. I share my office with my laundry room, and I need my kids' clothes washed. So I also need to make this video. So we're going to do both. And I'm sorry if you pick up my washer on the audio. But while I struggle to bring down these containers, and I'm praying to the Lord that, I'm not going to be an avalanche of Christmas presents and ornaments and merchandising for the store, I'm going to continue on talking about what I was talking about. So I want to be able to pay my employees a living wage, and taking wages for myself right now does not, I feel like that does not put my future employees first. And in this company, I want to put my employees first. And so I'm choosing to not take a wage right now, in hopes that later on down the road, I'll be able to hire on some help, pay them a living wage, not pennies on the dollar. And then only when I can pay my employees, any future employees that I may have, you know, a good amount of money, would I start taking profits for myself. It probably wouldn't be until we were making six figures in the company, and right now we're not doing that. So I don't see a point in taking an income when it could be better suited to making my company grow and making it to where my company is successful. Um, One of the things that I would like to do is learn what makes employees disgruntled in the workforce, what makes them lose faith in their employers. When I run into videos about that, I'll, you know, I'll react to them if you want me to. If you see any out there, go on ahead and feel free to send it to me, so that way I can learn how to be the best possible employer to my employees as possible. I know I said possible 50 million times. Please be kind. This is my first video, and I'm a little nervous. Um, right here, I'm just putting the legs on the tree. I know you've seen it. Yes, I have a black Christmas tree. It was not that cheap. It wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't that cheap. And it is pre-lit. And that's the little cord that you see right there. And I'm just going to be setting it up. I put a box underneath it to make it look a little taller. You'll see it in a couple of clips. It won't be like right now, it'll be in a couple of moments, but you'll see the box. If you put your Christmas tree on top of a box, it'll stand a little taller and give you a little bit more space underneath the tree for gifts. So that way, you know, it just looks nicer. You'll see. Just trust me. Trust the process. Trust the process. Put your Christmas tree on put your Christmas tree on a box or something. Um, but yeah, so I want to be able to provide my employees with, a healthy work environment, a place that they love to work, and a place that, takes care of them. And so if you guys see any videos or anything online, go on ahead and send them to me. I'll be more than happy to react to them. If I see any online, I'll probably be reacting to them. But here on this channel, we're not going to really be getting too deep into how to make soap. There are plenty of people out there making soap. We're not going to get into how to make candles. There are plenty of people out there making candles that are online teaching you how to make a candle, teaching you how to make soap. Um, while you get to see us make our products, while you get to see us make our candles, while you get to see us make our soap, and hopefully in the future you'll be able to see us, visit some of these places in which we get our products from. And we have a lot of hopes and goals with this channel and with this company. Um, you'll still be able to see us make our products, and you'll be able to see what goes into your products from start to finish. And you know our main purpose is to talk about like business. How do we grow as a business? what what's the why did we get into business? Like I got into business because working for other people, it just, you work all these hours and you're tired at the end of the day. You don't get to spend time with your friends and your family, your loved ones, and you work for nothing. You work for nothing. Your boss isn't mean to you, they're, you know, nonsense rolls downhill. So I want to provide a cohesive work environment and not have to worry about the traditional 9 to 5s, where even after you gave your everything to a company, you have nothing left for yourself at the end of the day. I don't want my employees to feel like that. I don't want to feel like that. And feeling like that in a workforce is saddening. And the fact that employees feel like they have to quiet quit, and, you know, they have to, uh, I don't know. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in other videos. But yeah, I'm just fluffing the tree right now. Just fluffing the tree. It's a bit wobbly. I haven't really secured it yet. I do that off screen. You can just get a little screw tie, a string, get a little screw it into the wall, and tighten the string around the screw until it's tight and the tree doesn't tip forward. Depending on how many points you put against the wall, depends on if your tree is going to be a tip hazard or not. If you only put one string, it can still tip to the left and the right, you know. So make sure that you tie your tree down, or at least have enough weight on it so that way it doesn't fall, and nothing gets broken, nobody gets hurt. And but yeah, so that's two of the reasons why I don't want to pay myself right now. The third reason is because I want the company to be able to be stable for more than just one generation. And I understand that, sometimes sacrifice has to be made in order for you to get what you want. And for me, it's not really much of a sacrifice. They say that if you do what you love, it's not really work. And it's not work. Not really to me. It's something that I enjoy. I'm able to There goes my washer. Hold on one moment. Let me pause this. I'm sorry. I'm back. You might hear my dryer now. You know, the things that we got to do for our kids. So yeah, I'm still just fluffing this tree, and I'm going to be doing that here for a little bit. But I want to build something that's going to last for generations. And I think that the long-term payoff is worth more than short-term gains. I had to go outside. This fell out of my stuff when I had to when I was bringing it in. It's just a tree skirt. It's nice and knit. I'm going to double check to see. I have another skirt. I'm going to double check to see if it looks good against the tree and what I have envisioned for it. Put your tree skirt on first. You see the box that it's on? Yeah. That's going to make the tree taller. This is like a 6-foot tree, and now it looks like it's 7 feet. just because I put it on a box. So your tree will look bigger, it will look taller, and you'll be able to keep Christmas presents actually underneath your tree. And you'll be able to stack them a little bit better and present them instead of just throwing them underneath the tree. Presentation is key for Christmas. I We have a vision for this company, and our company, despite what you think our name is, stop judging. Our company is based on God. Stop judging. And see, the fact that you judging shows that we got some things to work on. Don't judge lest ye be judged. So we're going. So everything for this company is, and for this channel, is going to be about business. It's not really going to be about how to do this or how to do that. Now I'm just showing you, this is like a two view of me showing you, the tree from both angles so far. And now we're about to get into decorating the tree. So I have this tinsel. It's 2 years old now. This is the second year I've decorated a tree. You can look on my shorts for last year's tree. I didn't make a video, but I'm making one this year. Um, but I want this company, I want this channel to show more of how to run a business and show my growth in running this business and the things that I learned and the mistakes that I made, so that way maybe you won't make the same mistakes. Maybe you might learn a lesson right alongside me. If that's something that you're interested in, go on ahead and like and follow this video. We will get a little bit into the industry. We will get a little bit into, employee management, things like that. um, but yeah, so it's not really going to be about how to do this or how to do that, unless it's talking about how to run business, how to keep your books, how that's what I want this channel to be more focused on, is the actual art of running a company and the actual art of running a business. That's what I'm looking for. And now with that being said, let's get into some of the things that I've learned this year in 2025, seeing that we're about to wrap it up. Advertising. Advertise, 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 advertise. This is one of my forms of advertising. You guys get to see in the background what I do. And if you're interested in it, I'm not gonna beg you to buy my items. That's not the goal. If you're interested in my items, if you see what you like, then yes, you may buy my items, my business. I may create small commercials for my business. I'm not being, I'm not going to be, um, what's that word? You know how other YouTubers, how they get commissions for products? Well, guess what? My business is my sponsor. We Be Wicked Candle Company is my sponsor for this channel. And so, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And but for the most part, I'm not going to, beg you to buy anything. If you're interested, you're interested. If not, great. The biggest support is liking this video, interacting with my videos, following my channel, and helping me grow in this journey. I'm open to receiving information from people on their thoughts on how to run a business. Maybe I'm doing something incorrectly. Please correct me respectfully. Only, I just want to be respectful on this channel. We are God centered. We're Christians who are doing business. So, you know, I'm Christian first. I'm a wife second, a mother third, and a business owner fourth. And so I I would like to, share how to balance, the home and work life. And maybe I'm getting something wrong, and maybe you might be able to educate me. Maybe I may be able to educate you. um that's what we're looking for. So, advertise, 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 advertise. And that's one of the things that I've learned is you need to advertise. So, like I said, I'm using this channel to help advertise my company without trying to convince you to buy from me. I would hope that you would, give me a chance one day in the future and fall in love with our products as much as some of our regular customers and as much as we do. And we actually keep our customers first in this company. That's another thing that I learned over this journey is listen to your customers. A lot of businesses don't listen to their customers until they've angered the masses. No, listen to your customers at the very beginning and you will never anger the masses. Let's try loving each other. Let's try loving each other. And by me loving you, that's me putting a great product into your home. That's me trying to create great videos for you to enjoy. And if you like the way that I set up my videos, then let me know. And if not, then let me know so that way I can fix it. So now we're at the point where we're putting on Christmas ornaments and we're working on the fuzzy balls right now. I have the fuzzy ornaments. I have the striped ones that you see right there. I have red ones, white ones, shiny ones, matte ones, and we're going to be placing them strategically on the tree. One ornament high, one ornament low, one ornament to the left, one ornament to the right, until we get the tree halfway filled. Once we get the tree halfway filled, I got these little decals. I'll show them to you. It spells out the company name. We're going to attach those onto the tree, and then we're going to see they're right here. And we're going to attach them onto the tree. And then after we attach them onto the tree, we're going to continue to fill it up with ornaments. Now, there are a couple of ornaments that my camera has died, and I was unable to film it. That's another lesson that I learned. Batteries. Batteries, 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 batteries. You cannot have too many batteries. Make sure they're always charged. That's another thing I learned. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't understand. All of this is a part of the Hobby Lobby haul. And that's another lesson that I learned. Let's not go to Hobby Lobby and spend $200 at Hobby Lobby. Okay? Let's not let's not go to, let's spend $200 on battery packs and memory cards. Because you want to know why this is not getting out until today, so close to Christmas? Because I ran out of memory. Mm-hmm. Yep, I ran out of memory. And it was chaotic trying to clear my memory and trying to put it on this external hard drive. So I learned that you can't have too many memory cards, especially when recording videos, especially when recording long form videos. And you can't have too many backup battery packs. Make sure all your battery packs are charged. Make sure that you have plenty of chargers for your batteries. And if you guys know of an easier way to keep batteries in rotation and for memory storage, for making long form videos, other YouTubers, I'm asking you. You guys are older than me. You guys have been in the game a lot longer. Well, maybe not older than me, but you guys have been in the game a lot longer than me. So, how do you keep your backup footage? How do you keep it? Where do you store it? Do you have special hard drives? Do you have a large enough computer in which you can store that much video on there? And how many hard drives do you have? How many terabytes are you currently running to keep these videos? Because that's one of, ooh, I am so sorry. I have this. I was just talking and I didn't even notice. I didn't look at my screen. I'm so sorry. I just got half the screen cut off. I'm sorry. I took off my sweatshirt. It was hot. We're in Florida, so right now, it's cool in the mornings and it's warm in the afternoons, and we're fake falling every day. And so I didn't have to put this into the video, but I wanted to show you guys three different wrapping papers that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're really great quality. They're very thick. Hobby Lobby is not sponsoring me. Hey, Hobby Lobby, if you want to sponsor me, that's fine. But Hobby Lobby did not sponsor me. Um, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you these wrapping papers. They were super cute and I felt like they matched the tree, and I had a vision when I saw them, and I'm so glad that I got them because they matched the vision for the fake presents underneath the tree. Yes, I do fake presents. I thought about filling them up with products to encourage already pre-wrapped, almost an elephant, a white elephant type style Christmas gift where they could just randomly pick a number and each bag is filled randomly and they just grab what number they get, or maybe even they could just randomly choose a gift and they get, whatever's in the gift, and it's under, like, they pay one price, but it's guaranteed to be a certain price actually in the box. So, like, oh, you may pay $50 for this box, but it has a value of $70 or $90. That's what I was thinking for maybe in future years, but not this year, not last year. I'm still trying to get my footing. Um, Another thing that we will discuss in this channel, like, these are the market chronicles, and so another thing that we'll be discussing in this channel is, you know, the market. I decided to go to a flea market with my company to start out, and in future episodes we'll discuss why, we'll discuss, the flow of the market, things like that. Just in case there's anybody out there who may have a business in the flea market, or who may, sell candles and might be thinking about going to the flea market. We sell out of the Oldsmar Flea Market in Florida. That's like high north, Pinellas, Tampa area. Well, yeah, Pinellas, Hillsborough area. It's like right there on the border between both Pinellas and Hillsborough, and we're in the IRO if you wanted to come by, but we are here in beautiful sunny Tampa Bay, Florida. And so, yeah, advertising. Apparently everybody's on social media, social media. You got to get batteries and memory cards, and um and external hard drives. So, I'm still interested to know how you guys are able to keep all of your footage and everything without your devices overloading on different um, on memory issues. And yeah. So I would like to be now things that I want to do for 2026. I would like to get more on the seasonal train where we introduce more seasonal scents. I kind of fell off last year. That's no fault due to you guys. The fault is completely and entirely on my own. We had a family emergency and it left me in a bad space for a while. But I'm finding myself again, and in finding myself again, I'm persevering forward, and I would like to go back to what I had originally intended, and that was seasonal scents. And so I would like to be able to stay on schedule as closely as possible and make sure that product is being made beforehand and not at the end of the day. Look at this. Look at this wrapping paper. It's so adorable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. So, with that being said, that's why I don't pay myself. Those were some things that I learned in 2025, and those are some of the things that I want to learn in 2026. I would also like to get better at making videos, at getting, at having a confidence while doing my voiceovers and talking to the camera. I'm not big on my voice. I know, but we all have our own insecurities, and that's just one of my insecurities. I'm not, you know, I don't think that I have the best voice, and I don't like to hear myself recorded. But a lot of people don't like to hear themselves recorded. And so this segment, the Market Chronicles, is mainly going to be focusing on running the storefront, running the market. And it's almost like the pop-up events in a way, because if I only came every once in a while, then it would be a pop-up event for me. But because I come here every weekend, it's more of a storefront for me. Another thing that I would like to be able to do in 2026 is um, to get somebody to run my store so that way I can do more spontaneous pop-up events around the Tampa Bay area. Um, I would like to be able to, you know, help spread the word of God through my business and the love that He has to give to each and every single one of us. I would love to be able to just love on my customers the way that they deserve to be loved upon, instead of initiating corporate greed on you guys. You guys, like I said, are first in my life, when it comes to this company. And I want to take you guys seriously and take you guys into consideration. I don't want to be one of those companies that doesn't care. And so to be able to have, I think that it's important for my customers to be able to have direct communication with me as the owner of this company. And I don't think that it should matter how big I get in this company. If there's an issue or if there's a problem, or even if you want to send off a kind word, I think that you should be able to easily get a hold of me via email or instant message or text message, so that way, you can be heard. I don't think a lot of companies are listening to us nowadays, and they tend to forget who made them who they are today. Um, yeah. So I just have these last few little gifts to wrap up here, and other than that, you know, that's the main reason why. So if you agree with anything I have to say, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. If you support what we are trying to do as a company, the greatest support that you can do is give us a like, a share, and a follow. Put something in the comments, even if it's a hello. I'm going to try to reply to each and every single comment the best that I can. I've been doing pretty good so far. I'm going to try to record more regularly. Right now, I'm, a three-man army. It's me, my husband, and my daughter-in-law, my son's girlfriend. So, we're a three-man army in this company, and I do a lot of the work on my own. And so, you know I just ask for a little bit of patience. Thank you for being patient to wait until December the 15th. This is when I'm recording this. Thank you for waiting so patiently for me to drop this video, and I will try to get the next video up as soon as possible. I already have an idea for what that video is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a part of my market chronicles or if it's going to be a part of my studio diaries, but we'll see. Um, if you if you have any suggestions for me on how I can be more comfortable, recording for YouTube, that will be greatly appreciated. When you're sitting here in a room by yourself and there's nobody sitting in front of you, it's rather difficult to, just talk into the mic and make sure that everything is, you know, continuous and that it makes sense. So if you could, just help a girl out, help a sister out, so that way I can become better and that I can grow and that way I can do better by you guys, it'll be greatly appreciated. And so here it is. Here's the tree in all its glory. Isn't it pretty? See, if you put the tree on top of a box, it looks nice and everything looks copacetic. Well, thank you for coming and listening and interacting with this video, and I hope you have a blessed day.